prendre une main. S'il vous plaît, prenez de main, s'il vous plaît.
Prenez de main. Thank you all.
Madame la secrétaire d'État, c'est un honneur pour moi de vous recevoir aujourd'hui et je me réjouis de vous recevoir. L'Algérie dans ce pays nourrit les États-Unis des liens historiques, des liens qui sont en force au fur et à mesure qui se développe cette coopération qui aujourd'hui est une coopération extrêmement dense. Votre visite, Madame la secrétaire d'État, est une étape importante pour évaluer cette coopération et je suis persuadé que cette visite aura des conséquences extrêmement positives sur le futur de nos relations. Encore une fois, nous vous souhaitons la bienvenue.
Minister, thank you for this very warm and gracious welcome. This is my first visit to Algeria, and I have been looking forward to it for a long time. As the minister said, the United States and Algeria have historically had a positive relationship, working together on a number of issues, but we are now expanding and deepening that partnership. I am here to discuss in person with the President and other government officials, to meet with civil society, to visit our embassy, to continue the dialogue that has occurred at greater frequency and intensity over the last few years. And I look forward to having the opportunity to compare ideas about what is happening in the region and globally. The United States values Algeria's assessment of the challenges and opportunities that we are facing together. So, Minister, it is a great personal pleasure and an opportunity that I am delighted to be here representing President Obama and the government of the United States. I think this will be the first of many such conversations and visits.
Thank you very much. Embassy colleagues, friends, Algerian colleagues, and American colleagues as well. It gives me the greatest possible personal pleasure to introduce our Secretary of State, one of the great figures of the 21st century, actually, and somebody that we can rely on to support and lead our efforts. Without further ado, the Secretary of State, Hillary Clinton.
Thank you so much,
Yes,
Ambassador.
Well, thank you, and it gives me great pleasure to be here with this embassy community on my very first trip to Algeria, to thank each and every one of you for the work you do not only to support a trip like this, but what you do every single day to support and promote the important relationship between the United States and Algeria. I want to thank Ambassador Enscher and DCM Elizabeth Aubin. I think that the ambassador was here 12 years ago as the first U.S. official to travel outside the embassy after we restored full diplomatic relations. And after working 10 years in Afghanistan and Iraq, he was very excited to come back to Algeria and to see what has been happening and to make very clear the commitment of the United States. I want to thank every one of our U.S. government employees, not only from the State Department or USAID, but from the entire United States government. I want to thank your families and those who support you in doing this work. I also want to thank our locally employed staff, the Algerians who come to work on behalf of the United States Embassy. You're really the backbone and the heart of this mission. We could not do it without you. And I know that some of you have worked for the United States government for a long time, and we are especially grateful because you provide continuity to ambassadors and others who are serving. I want to thank you also for the work you are doing to reach out to the Algerian people, particularly young people. I appreciate your efforts to work with hundreds of Algerian PhD students to improve skills in doing research and teaching English, helping entrepreneurs get the skills and the connections they need. We just had a visit with the Algerian NAPIO group. We're very strongly supporting entrepreneurship, the private sector, because we think that's the kind of partnership that really represents the full range of American values and interests. I think from what I hear, the newly opened Information Resource Center has been a big hit, introducing a great many Algerians to job opportunities here in Algeria, study opportunities in the United States. This is not just a U.S. embassy in Algeria, it is also a U.S. embassy for Algeria. I heard that you had a blizzard here 2 weeks ago. I have to say, I mean, I grew up in Chicago, I live in New York, I never knew you'd had blizzards in Algeria, but it sounds very familiar to what happens in Washington with the shutdown of stores and banks and even the government, but you stayed open throughout the week, and I'm very grateful that you not only dug yourself out, but worked to help Algeria dig out as well. So for me, this is a great opportunity to meet officials in the government, representatives of the private sector, civil society, but I have to say I came here first to thank all of you because without you, everything we hope to do to deepen and strengthen this very critical relationship would obviously not be possible. So thank you for the extra work you put in to support my trip, and I hope that you will continue to do whatever you can to make sure that the American people and the Algerian people have stronger connections and understanding for years to come. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Well, thank you, Ambassador, for inviting us into your home for this very important meeting.
Monsieur l'ambassadeur, merci de votre invitation chez vous pour cette rencontre très importante.
I am honored to meet with leaders from Algeria's civil society who are representing many others around the country.
Je suis très heureuse de rencontrer les chefs de file de la société civile et je suis ravi de pouvoir rencontrer d'autres Algériens partout où je vais.
I'm looking forward to hearing about the work you are doing to promote economic opportunity, educational opportunity, and other forms of activities.
Je serais très curieuse de vous entendre et de vous écouter parler de votre travail pour créer des opportunités économiques, éducatives et autres.
I am in Algeria to consult with the government, to meet with representatives of the private sector, which I just did as part of a partnership called NAPIO, and to hear from civil society.
Donc, je suis en Algérie pour des consultations avec les membres du gouvernement, des représentants du secteur privé, que j'ai déjà fait tout à l'heure, et aussi pour dialoguer avec vous de la société civile. J'ai parlé aux membres du NAPO, c'est-à-dire le partenariat nord-africain pour l'égalité des chances.
I've come from Tunisia. Tomorrow I will be in Morocco. My message is the same.
J'arrive de Tunisie, demain je parle du Maroc. Le message que je transmets est toujours le même.
The people of the Maghreb are as talented, creative, and hardworking as people anywhere in the world.
Donc, le peuple maghrébin est aussi talentueux et travaille aussi dur que tous les autres peuples dans le monde entier.
They need and deserve the opportunity to make decisions on behalf of themselves, because that is good for the dignity and rights of every individual, and it is good for every society.
Donc, le peuple maghrébin, disais-je, est aussi talentueux que tous les autres peuples, et ils ont besoin maintenant des opportunités pour prendre des décisions eux-mêmes pour tout ce qui les concerne, et pour aussi avoir des activités et créer ce qu'ils peuvent créer ici.
In the 21st century, I think of society as a three-legged stool.
Au XXIe siècle, je vois la société comme un tabouret à trois piliers, si vous voulez.
One leg must be an accountable, effective government that delivers results for its people.
Le premier pilier, ou le premier pied du tabouret, c'est un gouvernement qui rend des comptes, qui est responsable et qui crée des possibilités pour la population.
One must be a vibrant, dynamic private sector open to the world to create jobs and economic opportunity for people.
Le deuxième pilier serait donc un secteur privé brillant, dynamique, qui s'ouvre vers le monde dans le but de créer des opportunités et des emplois pour la population.
And the third stool is civil society. People like yourselves who are working to improve lives for your fellow citizens.
Et le troisième pilier, c'est la société civile, personnes comme vous-même, qui travaillent sans relâche pour améliorer les conditions de vie de vos concitoyens.
50 years ago, Algeria became an independent nation.
Il y a 50 ans que l'Algérie a trouvé son indépendance.
Now for the next 50 years, Algeria needs to assume its rightful place as a nation among nations where prosperity, peace, and security are available for the people.
Donc, pour les 50 ans à venir, maintenant l'Algérie doit occuper sa place, la place qui lui est réservée dans la communauté des nations, doit être une nation entre autres nations, une nation avec du progrès et de la paix sociale.
And the United States wants to be your partner, a partner of your government, a partner of your economy, and a partner of your civil society to see these kinds of positive changes occur.
Et les États-Unis veulent faire partie de ce projet, veulent faire participer au niveau de ces trois piliers, le dialogue avec le gouvernement, le secteur économique, la société civile, pour pouvoir justement observer tous ces changements et tout ce progrès.
And I look forward now to hearing from our guests. Thank you all very much.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, everyone.
It's
the 50th anniversary.
Et le 50e anniversaire.
Ah, that's very true. Very true. Yeah.
I'll-